Guys, Leanne Winston here, Psychic Medium. I just thought I would do something out of the random tonight, as we weren't planning to come live and do readings this week as it being Easter. So I just thought this morning I was watching a healer on by the name of Charlie. He's an overseas healer, and some of you may have seen him on TV. And I was listening to him live this morning doing your healing and stuff, and I just thought, I think there should be more of us with the ability to heal to actually come on Facebook or come on live and talk about healing. So I don't want to actually do readings tonight because that's not what I'm planning on doing. I can see you guys coming online, so I will acknowledge you in a moment. So I thought I'd like to talk tonight more so about how we can heal our own bodies. We can do a group healing together as well. So if you've got illness or something in your life that you need healing for, it doesn't necessarily just have to be the physical body. It can be the auric field, the energetic, the emotional sort of side of it. There are so many different elements that we carry illness, and like I said, it's just not the physical sort of side of it. So if you are struggling with something, certainly put your name here and let me know that you are wanting to receive a healing. And I'm actually going to do this live tonight instead of just doing it quietly in the background and setting a time to do that as well. So I just want to acknowledge a few people as they are coming on as well. So hey Steve, thank you very much for your kind wishes as well. And we've got Tassie there. Sorry, I'm getting a couple of inboxes at the same time. So I hope you're doing well, honey. And we've got Sharon saying hello. Let me close Facebook. Sorry, that way it might stop it. So hi Sharon, I hope you're well, honey. Also guys, hey Mary, hope you're doing well too, honey. Hashtag and let me know where you're from as well, because I'd love to know how far we're going to send these healings out tonight at the same time. So we'll let just give you a little bit of time to put your name there and let me know if you would like to receive the healing. We can all join in on it. I might actually start off with a small meditation if you want to get in a place that you are very comfortable and can just sit and relax and just allow yourself to let go as well. So we've got Mary, she's just letting me know. And that's the thing, guys, you're going to nominate somebody else's name as well to receive the healing. So if you know they've got issues and they would like to receive a healing and they would be open to, you are doing it, or you are setting your intentions for them to receive that healing out of love. So you're not doing it out of despite or whatever. You're doing it from the heart. It is okay to do that without asking their permission. All right. So, hey, Karen, Chelsea would love some healing, Leanne. Such a lovely thing to do for us. Oh, you're very welcome, honey. It's my pleasure. And you know what? If people are interested in this, I would be happy to maybe set once a week where we could do this, set some time aside and do this one night a week or through the day or something like that. People can certainly, maybe if I post it earlier, people can put their names in the post for receiving that healing. Hey, Liz. And if they don't attend, doesn't mean that they're not going to be receiving that healing. By putting their name, they've set their intention or the intention of somebody else's name there to receive that healing that is needed, sort of thing. So we've got Tassie from Adelaide. Sharnay, sorry, honey, if I said your name wrong. I'm not very good with names sometimes. Deb says, just having trouble with my leg, just won't heal. And that's another point, guys. Just why Amanda's saying yes, please. Ella is saying hi. Liz is from Nuriupta. Hey, honey. Mariska is from Wollongong. Karen's from Karinda. Hey, honey, I hope you're well. Deb's giving me the heart. Beautiful. And we've got Shannon Sorry, Sharon. God, my eyes aren't the greatest tonight. From Port Lincoln, would love a healing. Beautiful. And if you know somebody else that may be interested in receiving this healing, let them know. I'll give it a few minutes before I actually will get started on that. And I want to just talk about some tips on how we can heal ourselves as well. So what we'll do is before the end of the night, before the end of the hour is up, if you would like to spend that time and send a message to somebody that you think might like to join in and jump in here on the broadcast, I am broadcasting live from my Leanne Winston Psychic Medium Facebook page tonight. So all they need to do is jump on there, find the live video, put their name in the comments, and let me know they would like to join in, and I will include everybody on here as well. With that side of it. Now, Jules is from Tarlin Bend. Hey, honey, hope you're well. Tassie's a friend, Chris, she has her gallbladder op yesterday and is very sick tonight. Okay, honey, we'll certainly send her lots of love and healing as well. Lynn is saying hi. Love the hearts, honey, and she's saying hi to Deb as well. So, you know, the power of the mind is a really strong thing. For me, I have been through a lot of ups and downs in my life. For those that don't know much about me or haven't heard me speak much or new to my page, so to speak, a lot of people don't realise I live with chronic pain, okay? And I love doing this work because it's not just about allowing other people to heal through my readings that they come and have with me, or for a healing if they're on my healing bed. It also helps me to step out of my body, my physical body, so to speak, energetic wise, and I can let go of that pain and discomfort while I'm in that. I also suffer from fibromyalgia. Now, I know there are a few people that are following me that do have fibromyalgia, because I constantly get, or regularly get, I should say, messages about people with their fibro, okay? Fibro, for people that don't understand, is pretty much like a chronic fatigue sort of syndrome, but we get quite a lot of pain in our body. So we don't just get that fatigue side of it, we get the pain, the aches, and that can be quite crippling at times. I can have days with my fibro that I may struggle. I can get up in the morning and feel fine one moment, but just to have a shower and to dry myself can be quite intense at times and quite exhausting, that I've got to go and lay down for a while. Now, a lot of the time I try to push through it because I know I'm not going to do any more damage to my body, but it is my body saying it needs a break as well at the same time. So for me, it's about finding a balance in staying active as well as resting at the same time. I like to keep myself busy, mentally and physically, in the sense that when I am busy, I'm not focusing or giving in to that pain. But don't get me wrong, there are days that I can just go, today needs to be a couch day. So I can lay on the couch, I can sleep for hours on end, and even sometimes just laying in bed or sitting down on the couch, so to speak, can be very painful with just the touch to my skin. My husband can roll over and put his arm against me or something in the morning, and if my fibro is flared up, it is very painful for him just to gently touch me in that sense. So for me, I've had to use or find ways that I can help myself the best to help with my pain and everything else with that, and to try to live as much as a normal life with that. I've had injuries as well. I've had work injuries where I've got wear and tear in my body through doing productive work for many years. I've had a roof fall on me and cause hip injuries and stuff like that, but I choose not to be a victim of that or those situations. I choose to try and find a balance and stay as healthy as I possibly can in that sense. So I understand what it's like to have panic attacks and the anxiety and everything else. Years ago, when I first hurt my back at work, I was that person that couldn't go outside. I couldn't be around big groups of people. I would panic and have an anxiety attack. Thankfully for me, work cover pushed me to go through a pain management course, which was for about 6 months. So I started to learn and understand the importance to the breathing, the breath work, and raising our vibrations in that sense. But at that time, I probably didn't realize how much I was raising my vibrations through my breath work. But it got me moving. It got me out of my own head. All right. Sometimes we can get very much in our own head when we are in pain or we are sick. And I'm not saying that the illness wasn't there, but it made it worse for me to deal with. It made it harder to be able to live a life. Now, when I first hurt my back at work, I had an 18-month-old and then went on to have another child. So after that, but my children had to learn and grow up knowing mum had restrictions. And I guess for me, that was a pretty hard thing, was to have that impact on such young children, knowing that we couldn't go and do anything or we couldn't go somewhere because mum was in pain. Thanks, Katie. And I guess I'm just... Oh, Dawn's got shoulder pain. I'll give you some healing on that too, honey. For me, I guess I don't normally talk too much about my personal stuff and what is going on, but I just thought today when I was watching Charlie do his lives and talk about the good health program he has put in place for his own health and how he is sharing that I thought, do you know what, there's nothing wrong with sharing what is going on in my health. I'm not the healthiest. I'm definitely overweight, and I'm the first to admit that. But this is who I am, and I always have been. But it's finding that balance where we can be at a healthy point without too much stress, too much worry on our body, so to speak, with that. So I want to say, if I can help you through educating you in tools with our own mind to help you with your pain or your injuries, I'm happy to do that, and we can do these public like healing groups as well. So if you want that and you're happy, this is something that you would be interested in, I would be happy for you to let me know that, because if we get the people wanting it, I'm happy to do this, okay? Because not everybody can come and experience a healing in person. I do the remote healings, and I send you the report after I've finished the healing, but it's not always everybody's thing. Now, when I talk about being a healer, I have done my Reiki 1 and 2. I didn't do my Masters because I didn't feel the need to, but I have gone through different trainings, and over the years, even in my own personal growth as a reader, Spirit has started to take over and started to really tell me or indicate to me what needs to be done. So for me now, I can't... And this is where my frustrating mind comes in, because I'd love to say to you, this is the sort of healings I do. I do crystal healings, I do chakra balances and all that stuff. But really, when somebody comes to me, I do the drumming over the body and stuff like that as well. But when somebody comes to me for a healing, I particularly now prefer those people just to book in for a healing, come and lay on the bed, on my healing bed with a crystal grid under them that I have intuitively built, so to speak, and I cleanse and power that up regularly. And I have them relax, focus on their breathing. I put my hands on their ankles, and a lot of the time, within a few seconds of doing that, I can feel the blockages in my body that is in my client's body, because I work as an empath. So they will use my body as a gauge, so to speak. So I'll feel that pain, that sluggishness, or if there's irritable bowel or whatever, I will physically feel it and acknowledge it and let it go. So I am not holding on to that energy, because it's not mine to hold on to. And it's important to let go of it at the same time. So the body will tell me what it needs, whether it's a sweeping motion or it's pulling the energy out or it's chakras being blocked, whatever. It might be some inflamed energy sitting in a shoulder injury or a knee injury, an old sports injury, whatever it is. And sometimes a loved one of the clients will come through with a message or so, but usually it's about just acknowledging that at the same time. Stacey says, hi Leanne, thank you so much for coming live with us all tonight. Oh, you are very welcome. I was actually getting really restless today, being a public holiday, trying not to work. So I've been sitting here actually recording, building my music and recording the music to put another meditation together for the website as well. I'm not, Janice, I'm not actually doing spiritual guidance tonight. We are looking at healings, and I will add you to the list to do for chronic, plus the chronic depression as well, honey. Now, I do, actually, that's a point. Leah's from New Zealand. Thank you, honey. Janice has Googled P. I'm not too sure, honey, what that means. Tassie says, me too. Lupus, okay, can only take each day as it comes. And I can totally understand that, because I have been in that situation before, honey. And it takes time. It really does take effort to break that cycle a little bit as well. Now, there's a couple of things I want to talk about. I'll talk about anxiety and depression in a moment, but I also want to talk about how we hold on to energy in our aura, okay? Quite often we can hold on to stuff from our past, or things that we can't let go of, that will sit in their auric field, in their energy field, and it will over time start to manifest into the physical sort of side of it. So I'm a big believer, if we don't let go of that stuff in our aura when it happens, if we keep holding on to it over time, it is going to become more the physical. And I feel personally that's where a lot of the cancers and different stuff can come from. Now, I also just want to say I am not trained in health or medical in any way. So what I do is really the communicator. I am just the vessel that communicates between the spirit world and my client, or whoever I'm giving the healing to at that time, or the health guidance, so to speak. I am a very big believer, and you will probably hear me over time I say this more and more when health comes up. If you have something that you're not sure of about your health, or you're concerned about it, please seek medical help with a practitioner or somebody qualified in the medical system. I am not somebody to say, stop taking your medication and try this or whatever. I think healing, the intuitive healing, can also come inside side by side and help with the medical sort of side of it, the traditional side of medicine in that sense. So I don't want to say it's one or the other. They can work together. So it's about finding a balance in that way. All right. So remember, what you are holding on to in your body can become the physical. Quite often people are contacting me about their health issues to ask me what I can pick up intuitive on their health, because the doctors don't always have the answers after doing multiple tests and stuff like that. Doctors can still be stumped. So sometimes, especially if you're intuitive, you may be holding on to stuff in your body and not realizing it. And with the traditional medical ways, all their general testing and stuff may not pick up anything. So, that's when I quite often say to people, a healing might be worth trying to move stuff that's been held onto for a very long time. Tassie's just saying music is chills are out. Perfect, honey. That's perfect. It's we find these things that help us, and we are all very different. So what works for one person may not always work for another. So it's finding what works for you and sticking with that side of it. Okay. And do you know what? Like I said, we're all very different. Fiona, I'm not actually talking relationships or doing giving guidance in that sense tonight. I will touch on health and healing your life, healing your physical and your emotional sort of side of it. So, guys, don't forget, if there's somebody that might be interested, have a loved one or a friend that might be interested in this subject, please send them a message. Tell them to join in. We're going to be here until we'll go to 9:30, and I'm just going to talk about a few little things before we actually get in and do the healing. So if you've just joined in, please feel free to put your name there and let me know you need a healing as well. Thanks, Tazzy. Louise says, hi, have a nice sweet day. Oh, thank you, honey. You too. I love your energy, honey. Alice says, I have the same as you, chronic pain and fibromyalgia, boom, and best lesson is hard. Bust lesson is hard. Yeah, sorry, honey, I'm probably reading that wrong. For me, when my fibro plays up, my very first thing is that my eyesight goes blurry, and when you get that tiredness, that sort of filmy feeling to your eyes, you keep needing to rub them. That's what it's like for me. I feel like I can't focus at times, and then the tiredness just sets in after the eyesight side of it. And then it's like my head knows what it wants to say, but my words don't come out. And that is a common thing for me when I am tired anyway. So Dermot says, hello. Hey, honey, hope you're well. Alice says she needs that. Beautiful. All right, excellent. So we will certainly... she's new here. Excellent. Welcome, honey. Please feel free to join in the conversations and everything. And you can let your friends know about this page as well. And I'm really going to try and do this as a weekly thing. I think if people are going to respond and be open to those healings, I'm happy. Hey, Holly, I'm happy to help people where I can. All right. As I said, for me, it's about finding a balance in my life, not just in my health, but in my family life and my work life as well. So people that know me will realise that I'm always on the go. I can't help myself. That's just who I am. Holly says, hi, Leanne from Sapri. Oh, excellent. You're in Canada, honey. And you're not actually doing messages tonight, honey. We are talking about, we're going to do a healing, a group healing very shortly, but we are talking about ways that you can heal your body. Some little tricks of the trade I've learnt over the years in my own doing with my own health and my own pain and stuff like that. Sarah says, hi, Leanne. This is my first time watching you and would love the healing for my digestive issues. Excellent, honey. We will do. Okay, Sarah, just before I go of that, I get you hold on to stress around your stomach area, honey. So I want to say, look at how when you're in stress, when you are stressed, how your body is holding that energy and how your digestive system is responding to that, because I just get there's a lot of energy that sits around your stomach area, and I do feel that it is more of a stressful energy. All right, so there's things like that we need to take note of. So I want to say, when you've got illness or you've got pain, don't just accept it, so to speak. Listen to your body, go deeper within and ask your body to show you what's wrong, okay? When we become very, especially being intuitive, we can be very in touch with our bodies. So for me, a lot of the time, I can walk into my doctor's surgery and say to my gorgeous doctor that I've got, this is what's going on, this is what I think it is. And I would say probably 98 to 99% of the time, he diagnoses that as what I thought it was. He's got fancy names to put to it. I don't. I just get, my body tells me what's wrong when there's irritation or inflammation or an infection and stuff like that. So sometimes I can take that stuff on when it's not even mine. It could be related to somebody around me and stuff. So if you're an empath, because empaths, we feel everybody else's stuff. I always say to my students when I'm teaching the psychic and the mediumship, I explain about the empaths and how we take stuff on from other people. I can walk into a shopping centre and stand at the queue at the checkout, and I can feel people's pain, emotionally, physically, whatever it is. Now, I don't intend to feel that. I don't want to feel everybody's pain. I've got enough of my own, okay? But they will show me for a reason. Now, I can't just tap that person in front of me or behind me or wherever it is on the shoulder and go, excuse me, I'm picking up on your pain. That's not me. That's an invasion of privacy, okay? So I will quite often in my mind, in my thought process, say in my head that if it's not mine for the better of the good, I let go of it. If it moves, I know it's not mine and it doesn't serve a purpose. If it stays and it's, it doesn't move, I know it is mine. So sometimes it's about just acknowledging it, giving gratitude and letting it go. If it keeps staying, I know I've got to listen. I know it's mine and that I can't do much else with it in that sense, but to heal myself. All right. Now, I just want to quickly touch on depression because the hour will get away from us and I really want to do a decent healing for everybody. And I'm also just giving everyone time to jump on and join in and let me know that, they would like to receive a healing. Damaret says, why have I been told I have been bewitched? Am I? If so, how do I remove this? Honey, this is where I get very frustrated with people out there that want to play with curses and all that sort of stuff because it's not done for the better of the good. I work in the light energy, and if you want to sit in that light energy, you're not going to allow that negative energy to take over. I know sometimes it can be a bit of a strain to stop that, but if you choose to sit in that light energy and work from the light, you will find all that negative stuff will move. I'm a big believer in when people say to me, you've had a curse put on you, and believe me, I come under attack from other people in this industry, from people in general with what I do, religious, whatever, it doesn't matter. I see myself putting a mirror up between me and that person, and I have that. Anybody can do this. So if you've got somebody that is driving you crazy, drains you, is exhausting, in your mind, see a mirror between you and them. Have the reflective side facing at them. So when they push that energy onto you, it hits your mirror and it bounces back. I look at it as it's giving them a dose of their own medicine. And believe me, when people drive me nuts or irritate me, I am the very first person to push their energy back at them because I want them to see what they are doing to others. And there has been times when I've done that and you see that little quiver go through their body. It's like, oh, they felt that, but they don't know what's going on. They're having that dose of their own medicine, so to speak. So what they get a image or a feel for what they are pushing on to you. Sorry guys, I'm just going to take a drink. I think I said hi to Sky. Why do I continually to lose the ones I love in my life? Am I cursed? I get no, honey. Okay. Why such bad karma for along in my life's journey? Okay, we choose lessons. We all have lessons set out in this world before we actually enter, and if we don't learn that lesson the first time, it's going to repeat itself or show itself again in another vision, like in another way. So if you don't keep getting or understanding those lessons and learning from it, it's just going to keep coming back, honey. So I want to say, look at the patterns in your life. Look at what keeps happening over and over in that sense. So when we stop, we acknowledge those lessons, we learn from it, give gratitude and let it go, you will find your life will move on. So that's first part of that side of it. The second part I want to acknowledge, and this is for everybody, I am a firm believer in negative energy. If we sit in negative energy, we are going to manifest negative energy. If you put yourself in a positive mindset and sit in that positive, you're going to push the negative out, and you are going to manifest that manifest that positive energy and sit in that. Okay. I can be quite negative at times. All right. But over the years, I've got to have got to know when I'm doing it. I will pull myself up on it. I might sit in there for half an hour or so, just in that negative energy, and I will acknowledge it. I will give gratitude, and I let it go, and I will replace that negative thought with a positive thought, because I'm a firm believer, if you're bringing in the positive energy, that's what you're going to draw. I quite often get people ask me about their finances. I've got all these bills, I've got this going on, and I've got that going on. If we are stuck in that negative mindset and we are focusing on this big pile of bills and how much we're behind and all that stuff, that is what we're going to keep doing. Those bills are just going to keep growing and growing and growing. So change your thought process, move it into more of a positive one, and look at it, right, okay, I've got that bill paid off. I'm one step closer, sort of thing. Another thing you can do is ask for your guides to step in. Now, our guides are there to help us whenever we need help. We need to ask them to step in. Okay, Holly says, I'm watching my favourite TV show, Golden Girls. That's a good oldie, a golden oldie, I should say. You're welcome, Haley. And we've got Leanne saying hi. Hi, Leanne. So I've lost my train of thought then. Ask your guides to step in. They are there to help us anytime, but they need to be invited in, and you need to tell them exactly in a clear message of what it is you want them to do, and give them the permission to go ahead and do it. So if my calendar's looking a little bit low, say for next week, I ask my guides to bring through the door the clients that I need to be comfortable to pay my bills and whatever I need to be comfortable. Okay. Then I give them permission to go ahead and do that work on my behalf. And I also say thank you. So I always give respect in that as well, because I may forget to go back later and to say thank you with that side of it. So that's just what I do. But I make sure I've got that clear message, and, I give them that permission to do it on my behalf. Usually within 24 hours, 48 hours, depending on how much I've asked for. If it's to do with bookings, all of a sudden to my phone, I'm getting notifications of such and such has made an hour booking, or they have booked in for this or that. Okay. So that, if we don't ask for too much and we're not greedy, we will get those things coming in. All right. Now, I just want to talk about anxiety and depression. Something I have found over the years, and I've done a bit of work with kids and stuff with this, and I have a daughter with anxiety, which is in a good place at the moment with hers, but mum's not the right person to help her with that, okay? So I can quite easily help other people's children, but not so much my own in that sense. It's just the way it works. But quite often I'm finding over the last few years, when I am working with people with anxiety and depression, even in what comes up in readings, it is very common to find for myself that people that have anxiety and or depression can be very intuitive, okay? So quite often it's like Spirit is giving us the messages. They are trying to show us things, tell us things. And if we choose to shut it down or simply don't understand it, they will find one way or another to get our attention. Usually anxiety and depression is one of the very last things or ways, I should say, that they will come through. So if you suffer with anxiety or depression, the first thing when you're having a bad moment, I always say to people, first thing to do is ask yourself, sorry, Spirit's touching the top of my head, ask yourself, is it my energy or the energy of somebody else? Okay. And saying that, and I will explain that, there is a very fine line between what is the energy of ourselves and Spirit or ourselves and the person next to us, around us, in that side of it. Energy is a way to even touch, feel your own energy. You can give your hands a shake, put your hands up and bring them in until you start to find that resistance. For me, when I'm doing that, I get the tingles, the heat to the palm of my hands, and I get to a point where I just feel like I could bounce off that energy and I can't go any further. That is our energy. Everything has energy, all right? So that's our own energy. The furniture has energy. The plants have energy. This is a plastic one, by the way. It's collecting dust. That has energy. So crystals have energy. If you're somewhere in a crystal shop, you might see somebody scanning over the crystals with their hand feeling the heat to what they're drawn to or how their energy changes. So, if you've got anxiety and you're just feeling, or depression, you're feeling overwhelmed, that is the first thing I would recommend is you ask yourself, whether you do it out loud or you do it in your head, is this mine? Yes or no answer. Okay, it's that simple. If you get yes, it is your energy. If you get no, it's not your energy. It's the energy of somebody else or it's spirit. So I usually say acknowledge it, give gratitude for what you've felt, and let it go. And when you can acknowledge it and let it go, 99% of the time that is going to move, especially if it's not yours or it's from spirit. In that sense, if it stays, you need to look at why it stays, and focus on your breath work, raising your vibration, because that really does help. Alice would love a weekly healing. Okay, excellent, guys. Let me know if you're interested, because if we get enough people, I'm certainly happy, as I said before, to do this. Tassie gets brain fog. Yeah, I do too with my fibro, honey. I have that all the time. Okay, I can have times of clarity, especially when I'm working. I can let go of that. But Tassie, for you, honey, I just feel like you need magnesium in your system as well. So maybe look at the magnesium oils, if you can use that, rather than the tablet form, because the oils will build up in your system quite quickly. I highly recommend Karma Rub. I actually have my little bottle. This is my little bottle that, get it closer so you can see it, that I carry in my handbag usually. It's just my daughter stole it out of my handbag the other day when she had a headache, to put on her temples and her sore neck, and she has just dumped it here near the computer rather than putting it back where she got it from. Little bugger. But yeah, I look at magnesium, honey. Okay. And so I hope that works. Hey, Susanna, thank you for joining in. Holly, certainly we'll do some healing in a moment for you, hun. And like I said, for those that would like to join in the healing shortly, what I would like you to do is start thinking about getting into a spot where you are comfortable, and that you can, I would suggest maybe sitting up if you can, with your feet on the floor. If you need to lay down, that's fine. I just want you to be in a place where you can close your eyes and turn off to everything, the distractions, so to speak, and just listen to my voice, and I'll talk you through a little bit of a meditation, and then I'm going to go quiet while I send out the healing. Now, this could be just like a couple of minutes of healing, but I'm going to do, my hands are already restless. I can't keep them still. It's like I'm ready. The healing, I've set my intentions to do that. So, that will certainly take over. All right. Hey, Joy. Alice says, keeping busy is the only thing that keeps me going. And I find that too, honey. I know it takes a strain on my body, but I do find moving is better and keeping my mind busy than laying still. When I had the roof fall on me and I hurt my back, I spent, I think it was a couple of weeks flat on my back while I was going through that healing process, and I think it killed me, and my fibro has come on after that. So if I don't laugh or smile, you cry. I don't choose that. Do you know what, honey? Even when you do feel the need to cry, oops, sorry, I didn't double click that, but it came up. I do believe it's a release of energy. It's the same when we yawn. We let out energy. So if you need to have that emotional moment or 5 minutes or whatever it is, half an hour, allow yourself to do that, because the more we hold on to that energy, the more our bodies react to that, because we keep manifesting it. It's better to acknowledge it and let it out. You're welcome, Sarah. It's my pleasure, honey. Whoops, sorry, I've lost the button. Oh, the button's a bit slow tonight. Okay, so maybe Holly, I look at your diet as well, but stress definitely, yeah. So stress makes my IBS even worse. Any suggestions? So finding a way to let go of stress rather than holding on to it. So breathe. You know, my youngest child can frustrate the crap out of me at times. I noticed the other week when she was going through a bit of a period with her anxiety, I all of a sudden realized that I was getting really good to counting at 10 under my breath. So I would just slowly count to 10 without even opening my mouth or reacting to the way that she was carrying on or the way she spoke to me in that sense. And it's amazing when I did that, how the energy changed as well, because with each number, I focused on my breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, and I was releasing that built up stress in that way. So pardon me, working on your breath work is a really good way to move a lot of that energy at the same time. Keep in mind, guys, that the universe goes through a lot of changes, and us, especially that are more intuitive or more sensitive, so to speak, will feel those changes that the universe goes to, and we take it on more in the body as well with that. Okay, Michelle's just saying hi to Jane. Wonderful. So Holly's just had a double hip and a knee replacement, but now that, okay, so that could be, honey, partly to do with medication, because you would be on painkillers, hun. So your irritable bowel syndrome may be flared up by the medication that you're on as well. So, my doctors have prescribed me something like, I think last time I counted, I would have been on 11 tablets a day. I take my blood pressure tablets, which was my 2 blood pressure tablets. So that would be 11, so 9 for my body pain and painkillers and Celebrex and all that sort of side of it as well. But I don't like taking medication. It makes me feel drowsy. It makes my stomach, my bowels sluggish and whatever else. And over the years when I first hurt my bowel, I'm sure through the painkillers I was taking, I formed a bit of an ulcer as well, which now inflames with certain foods. So now I need to be aware of what foods I'm eating with the way of high acid foods and stuff like that, because if that flares up, then I've got to take another tablet to add to the mix to settle that side of it. So I've chosen for myself, and I'm not saying this is a good idea for everybody, and I would recommend maybe getting medical advice on that as well. But for me, I've chosen not to take my tablets. I use my power of my mind through meditation, through keeping busy, moving, and all that stuff, my healings, my Reiki and stuff, I can do that on myself as well. So there's things like that that you can do to help at the same time. All right. So I reckon I'm going to have a mouthful of water. I'm going to put some music on and I'll just play it from my iPad here. I'm hoping it hasn't timed itself out. And I'm going to ask you guys just to make yourself comfy now and get in a place where you can sit, feet on the floor if you can reach, and relax. And in a moment, I'll get you to close your eyes. So while I'm doing the meditation and the healing, I just ask for people not to send messages. You can let me know what it is that you felt after this. All right. You may hear the music change because the track I've chosen, I've just noticed, isn't a very long track, but that's okay. Once I've done a bit of a meditation and got you into that relaxed state, I will go quiet and I will do the healing, the sending of the healing. And then as I finish that, I'll bring you back out of the meditation. So if you want to join in, now is the time to get really comfy. I don't like to lay down when I meditate because I go to sleep. Let me move my keyboard out of the way so I don't hit that. All right. So if you're ready, whoops. Hope you can hear the music and it's not too loud. Might just put that on something so it's a bit closer to the mic. All right. So if you'd like to take a nice, quiet, deep breath in through your nose with your eyes closed. Breathing in and exhaling out through your mouth. With each breath in through your nose, we are going to relax and let go any stress, any tension that you're feeling in your shoulders, through your back, down to your legs, and releasing that back to the universe on the exhale out through your mouth. Breathing in through your nose, going deeper and deeper each time. Feeling your back on your chair, noticing how your legs are feeling on the seat and your feet to the ground if you are touching the ground. Now, while you're in this space, I would like you to let go of any thoughts, any feelings, any emotions that you may be holding on to. And if you find that emotions come up during the healing, please feel free to let it go. Just focusing on relaxing and stilling your mind. And opening yourself up to receiving the healing. And you may even feel that healing going into those parts of your body that is needed. Cleansing every cell, every fibre of your being with the healing energy, leaving it clean and happy. remembering to let go of the energy that you may be holding on to. Allow yourself to sit and feel that beautiful healing radiate through your body, giving gratitude to the universe for what you have just received. And when you are ready, we're going to start bringing our focus back within our body, feeling our feet on the floor, taking note how we are sitting in the chair, how our legs are resting, feeling that peace in your body as you come back within, focusing on your breath, breathing in through your nose and exhaling out through your mouth, feeling very relaxed and at peace. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Okay, guys, how did you go? I'd love to hear. You can put in the comments and let me know what you felt. Katarina is saying nice. On United World Radio. Excellent, honey. I'm pleased. I'm happy that we are going out to many different areas in many different ways through technology. It is great. Just turn my iPad off. So, yeah, there are no blockages. There are no restrictions, only those that we put on ourselves. So that's something to keep in mind, guys, as well with that. So you can take yourself into, Alice was saying that was lovely. Excellent. So you can take yourselves into those places at any time of the day, the night, whenever you're feeling pain. See yourself do that breath work and breathe into, if somebody's got a shoulder injury, which I think somebody said before they did, see yourself breathe that white light, that healing energy into your shoulder, leaving all the cells and stuff happy. And when you exhale, you let that go out. You breathe out the heavy or the unsettled cells, unhappy cells in that side of it. And you can do that with a number of things. I had a beautiful lady that reached out to me a few years ago, probably 3 or 4 years ago now, that had cancer. She was told she only had a couple of months to live, and all she wanted to do was get home back closer to a hospital near her home so she could be near her fiance and her young son. Now, through talking her through a meditation and changing her mindset and having her see that positive test results come back so she could get back to that hospital that could handle her treatment closer to home, she was able to do incredible things through that work in doing herself. Now, with that, she sent me a message, I think it was nearly a week later, and she said, "Oh my God, Leanne, I didn't just get to the hospital. I got home. They sent me straight home because they felt that I had improved or got to a stage that I could handle my illness at home." So I had her practice every time she went for chemo and everything like that to see the chemo going in as a positive, pushing out the negative and the heavy cells to release that illness sort of thing with that. Now, when I first spoke to her, I think she said to me they didn't think she was going to last any more than a couple of months. She lasted a good couple of years, and she managed to watch her son go to school, and she managed to plan that beautiful wedding and walk down the aisleway as well. And I was very proud to be able to just give her a little tool to help her through that. And it's just things like that we can do with our own mindset. So, I'm happy to share tips and things that I have learnt myself over the years in dealing with my own chronic fatigue and my fibro and different stuff like that. I need a knee replacement and stuff, but I'm determined not to give into it just yet, because I choose not to be the victim of that or to let the pain get too much for me. I know one day I'm going to have to, because I've got bone on bone, and years of playing basketball and netball certainly did take a toll, but I choose not to go down that pathway just yet. So Lena is saying she's nice and relaxed. Beautiful, honey. Just say, guys, just remember to hold on to that feeling of what you are now, because it's when our monkey mind steps in and that stress, that tension, the head noise takes over, that then our body starts to go, I'm tense, I'm holding on to that negative energy. Tassie was saying it was nice and she's feeling relaxed. Thank you. You are very welcome. It's lovely to get the feedback, and I'm pleased, even though it was only a couple of minutes, that it has sort of helped in that sense. Holly's saying it was great until my 16-year-old. You got to love children. I'm actually waiting probably another 10-15 minutes. My 19-year-old, I unlocked the front door for her, is probably going to try to bowl through the door any minute, unless she's gone out with friends. Leanne saying that was wonderful and felt heat in my shoulders, down my arms and into the spine, then legs, but I couldn't keep my feet still. That's okay, honey, because that can be restless energy that's needing to escape. But I love the fact that you are listening to your body when we're doing this healing, and taking note of it. So to me, that is being in tune with your body, honey. So well done. Very proud of you. Leah's saying had sore lungs at the start, then let it go and felt calm. Beautiful, hon. Well done. That was lovely. Thank you. Oh, it's my pleasure, honey. Sometimes with healings, Leah says, I'm not sure what that is. Tony says, I'm still coughing it out, letting it go. Thank you, Leanne. You're welcome, honey. That just goes along with what I was about to say, Tony, as well, because with healing, sometimes we can stir that energy up a little bit. We can actually feel a little flat and tired before we actually start to feel better. So sometimes you can feel a little bit sluggish before you actually feel better. But what I would do is recommend drinking water, because water will help flush through the toxins and stuff. It's like when we have massages, our body, our muscles release that toxin. It's like anything. We need water. I think we're something like 60% water or something. So if we're not keeping that up and the hydrolytes, our body reacts to that as well. Elizabeth said, is Scotch still available? I'm not sure what that means, honey. The cards. If you're talking about my cards, yes, hun, they are. Leah, future told. Holly says, thank you. Can I tell the future? Yeah, I can, honey. Not a problem. So I'm not doing that tonight, though. Sometimes we might get messages through the healings and our meditations too, guys. So if something just pops in your mind without thinking of it or whatever, just trust it as well, okay? Spirit has a tendency of coming in when we still have mind. Leah says, my past psychic told me in my recreation I will be a couch. Oh, okay. All right. Tony says, you normally see my comments. You haven't tonight, but big hugs. Thank you. I'm seeing them, honey. I was just, I wasn't taking note of the comments while we were actually doing healings and stuff. So this guy says, I could feel the relaxation, then felt something stop it. Sometimes our fear can do that, honey. So there can be things that we hold on to in our past that can actually stop or block that healing or that energy, that relaxation. So I would just keep practicing meditating, honey. Still your mind. You will find those walls will come down. Beautiful, Tassie. I'm pleased you enjoyed it, honey. All right, guys. Well, it's that time again. Are they little glasses? I can't quite tell. It's very black and white side of it. Okay, Leah says, if you're not here for an healing, don't comment on the live. Thank you, honey. I agree. As I said, for those that have been here right from the start, I will look at doing regular shows with healings if you guys are very open to it. Chronic pain in your back. Okay, so honey, you can take yourself into that meditation and keep doing the work. All right, breathe that beautiful white light, that healing light, into your back where your chronic pain is. When we are in pain, I do this myself, and I've become more aware of it to change my mindset. When we are in chronic pain, we stop breathing, so to speak. It's kind of like we start that shallow breath and that rapid breath, but it's like we're breathing to the chest and not expanding our lungs. So we're not taking the oxygen or getting it right through our blood where we need to our muscles, right through where all the injuries are and stuff like that. So I want to say, if you can take anything out of tonight and you suffer with pain, and especially chronic pain, take those deep breaths. I told you, she'll be home any minute. Take those deep breaths and see that oxygen floating throughout your body and spreading from head to toe into every muscle, every fiber. Because when you do that, your body, your muscles and stuff will start to relax in that way. All right, so that's just something to keep in mind. Thanks, Tony. Happy birthday. Happy Easter to you too, honey. I'll laugh if your birthday is coming up. Yeah. Hey, Jay. Oh, thank you, honey. I'm sending love back to you, and happy Easter. I presume you guys have Easter over in Canada at the same time as we do. So Jay Lane is a beautiful medium and gorgeous friend over in Canada. So feel free to check out her page as well. She does some incredible work. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to leave it that way. Tony's just saying, I am definitely open to your live healing shows. All right. We'll keep you. What I will do, we will do this. We'll try and do this weekly, and we'll see how we go. Keep your eyes out on my page. I will do it through Leanne Winston Psychic Medium rather than My Time TV, because I want to focus sort of on this group. But I can always see if I can get this cross-posted My Time, so it goes onto the Binge Network and everything like that, and onto United Radio and stuff as well. So keep your eyes out for that. We will make this happen. I'm just not going to say it's going to be on this day at this time at the moment, because Friday nights I am usually live with the beautiful Yvonne and Annette doing readings on at this time sort of thing, but due to Easter we chose not to this week. So all right, I'm going to wish you all a very happy and safe Easter. Take some time for yourselves. You can do that breath work, you can let go of that tension in your body, and that is just a step in the right direction to help letting go of some of your pain, or to be able to manage it better. All right, take care. Sending love and healing to everybody out there that is open to it. Bye.